Please make sure to subscribe and hit this bell icon and say all and save. And that's all you need so you don't miss my pretty face. Thank you. Well, ladies and gentlemen, so welcome to our video of the week after my, mini work vacation in Chicago, because I was at the United Astrology Conference, which was awesome. I was so shocked that I didn't realize how many people will actually know me there, because I thought it was predominantly like Western astrology. So I'm like, okay, let's see what's going on, what's there, because some Vedic astrologers were there, but like it was amazing. As soon as I walked in the hotel, like people were just approaching. I was like, what? You guys know me? How is that possible? Apparently, I'm too good looking. So they don't forget a good looking face like mine. So anyway, today we're going to be covering our conjunction of Mercury, Mars, Jupiter, and Rahu, and what happens when Mercury, Mars, Jupiter, and Rahu are conjunct in your particular horoscope. And as always, if you do not know if you have this conjunction, what sign it's in, what house it's in, what nakshatra it's in, and all your astrological details, for that, check out the links here. Check out my full astrological report, including my books, Astrology, Conjunction, Aspects, and Mahadashas at the Speed of Light, including all my consultations at this link. So, Mercury, Mars, Jupiter, and Rahu. So, what is Mercury? Mercury represents communication, writing, journalism, arts, mimicking, creativity. Mercury is science or a scientist. Mercury represents aunts and uncles. Mercury represents your friends. Okay. Then you have Mars, which is action, fighting, brothers, male friends. It's energy, it's violence. It's pretty much things which have electricity in them, which are full of energy. And we as human beings are full of energy. It takes energy to fight. It takes energy to move forward. It takes energy, to bring a change. Without Mars, you can't have the change. This is why Mars rules the original 8th house of the zodiac belt with Scorpio, transformation. You need energy to bring in a transformation. If I don't have energy, I'm just sitting here, not doing anything. I'm not doing anything. I'm not performing any karmas. I'm not performing any changes. Then you have Jupiter, wisdom, teachers, preachers, counselor, advisors, religion. It's a spiritual path. It's the intuitive path. It's the law. It's the divine law. And then Rahu, which is unorthodox, completely, out of bounds, out of boundary, outcast energy. Rahu is also science. Rahu is also, new age technology. Rahu is aerospace. So when these 4 planets are conjunct together, we naturally see that we're seeing a scientist at work. We're seeing logic, because Mars is logic. Mercury is also logic, logical thinking. So usually with this conjunction, you're getting a very logical person. Logical person who is pretty much very well versed in technology, new age technology, information technology, aerospace technology, even aerospace engineering. But at the same time, because you have this unorthodox energy with logic, this is a person who kind of like, in a way you can say, an Einstein, person who is very good in mathematics, very good in physics, maybe even chemistry, yet comes out with the most radical notion, radical discovery about things. Like, this could be a great scientist who can say, you know what, energy or whatever substance that I've discovered, this is God. We are missing the element of spirituality in God and science. And people will just think like, okay, this person has gone off the rockers. Well, they may have actually discovered something outside the boundaries compared to what everybody is doing inside the boundaries, which is without Rahu. And this is actually one of great conjunctions of people who can actually make great astrologers, because it requires logic, science, intelligence, and interest in otherworldly things, interest in things which are outside the norms of society. This is why in India you will find, engineers, doctors, government professionals, IAS officer turning to astrology. So this represents that conjunction. Many even have this conjunction, not all the way, but maybe by aspect, some conjunction, and then aspect can create this, kind of metamorphosis of this conjunction. The other thing we also see is a brilliant lawyer. Is a brilliant lawyer, especially if this is, occurring in a non-technical sign. This can, even a semi-technical sign, semi-technical aspect, this can create a brilliant lawyer, and probably a lawyer who deals with, let's say, environmental law. They could be lawyer for an aerospace industry, online, like what do you call, oh my God, I'm forgetting this word, intellectual property type law. So this is a very logic conjunction. Now, in other spheres, this can also create a great athlete, an extremely competitive athlete. So we have to see, like, let's say, what is the difference between an athlete and a scientist? Perhaps the fact that an athlete may not complete their education, because in order for you to be a normal scientist, you may have to get a PhD. You may have to get a master's degree, where athletes are starting from age of 15, age of 16, they're going towards professionalism. So difference between an athlete and a scientist will probably be seeing how well their education is, their learning ability is, so depending upon which house this occurs. But at the same time, you can have both. You can have somebody who's a great athlete, but they chose to become a lawyer or chose to become an engineer or scientist. And those differences, those subtle differences, then are seen through, nakshatra's position. Those are seen through navamsha positions. Those are seen through the dasha that you're running, the time period that you're running in your youth. Is the dasha saying that you're going to become an athlete, or is the dasha saying you're going to become, an engineer or a lawyer? All these things are determined, but at least we get the grassroots of what this conjunction will do for an individual, how they're thinking, because this is like a very methodical, logical, and military style thinker. When they communicate to the point. They're like, this is it, A, B, and C. They're not going A, K, C, Q, P. They're like, this is it, A, B, C, and D. What's your answer? So this is a conjunction, very practical, very practical, but yes, this person will be hard to get along, because their view of things will be like a wall that they sit on, a concrete wall that they sit on. So whatever they believe, that's what they're going to believe. You come up with a different idea, you may not, gel with them, or you may not be able to climb their wall. So there is negative and positive in both directions. So if this person is a hardcore spiritualist, they will not believe in anything which is much more logic or concrete towards the modern world. If this person is into modern society, modern world, and you try to tell them about who we truly are and talking about the spirituality, they will completely reject it. So it's kind of like a black and white scenario with them. But once they believe it, once they hold on to that, idea. Okay. So guys, this was my analysis of Mercury, Mars, Jupiter, Rahu conjunction. If you're new to my channel, subscribe below. And if you want to know where your conjunctions are, all my books, reports, consultation, my new consultations, for that, check out the link there. Otherwise, we'll see you later. Bye-bye.